You don't need a six-figure salary to build wealth. You just need the right strategy and time. Because believe it or not, turning $100 into $100,000 isn't about hitting the lottery or jumping on the next crypto coin. It's about using the most underrated financial tool of all time, compound interest. Today, I'm walking you through exactly what compound interest is and how you can get started, starting with the financial foundation most people skip, and ending with a real breakdown of how $100 can multiply into six figures with consistency and time. So let's get right into it. Step 1. Let's start with what nobody wants to hear. Before you invest anything, you need to cover your basics. Think of investing like building a house. Compound interest is the roof, but your financial foundation is the structure. Here's what you need to check off first: covering your essential expenses. This is your rent or mortgage, utilities, car payments or transportation, and groceries. If these aren't consistently handled, your investments will always be the first thing you pull from when life hits. Step 2. Set up an emergency fund. This fund is not to invest with, it's your financial security, which frees you up financially and mentally to invest, because all investments carry risk. That's why it's crucial to invest only after you've got your essentials and emergency fund covered. You should be able to say, if this investment doesn't perform well, I'm still okay. Aim for at least 3 to 6 months of living expenses. Keep it in a high interest savings account like Ali or Marcus. Once that's in place, you're ready to make compound interest your best friend. So what exactly is compound interest? In simple terms, compound interest is earning interest on your interest. Let's say you invest $100. It earns 10% in a year. You now have $110. Next year, you earn 10% on $110, not just the original $100. That's compounding. Over time, that small snowball grows into an avalanche. Albert Einstein reportedly called it the eighth wonder of the world. And when you run the numbers, it's not hard to see why. But this only works if you leave the money alone and give it time to grow. Let's look at a live example using a compound interest calculator so you can see how this works over time. So, if we head over to this calculator at nerdwallet.com, this is a compound interest calculator. We can start with our initial deposit of $100 and let's go with 30 years of growth, because we're wanting to commit to this for the long term. And then let's do 8%. The typical average rate of return for compounding is between 7 to 10%. So let's go conservative at 8%. We're going to be conservative, so we'll select annual compound frequency amount. And on a monthly basis, our contribution amount is $100. So we see here at the end of that 30-year period, we've got a total balance of over $140,000 and we have only invested $36,000. And our total interest that we've got back is $105,000, which is essentially $105,000 of free money, which is an amazing amount. Now, if we play with this more to understand the possibilities, let's go back to our calculator and make some amendments. So, for example, if we double the amount that we are saving, let's go $200, we see here that you've now got a return of over $282,000, and the total amount of interest that you've gained, again, free money, is over $210,000. Let's play with it a little bit more for serious savers. If we go, say, $500, you see here, we've got total interest of over $525,000 and you gain over $705,000 at the end of that period. And then if we really want to be aggressive with our savings, and let's save $1,000 per month, with $1,000 per month, essentially, you would be a millionaire in 30 years' time. Your total interest would be over $1 million and you would have only invested $360,000. And guys, that's really the power of compound interest. Now, I also wanted to head over to this calculator at calculatorsite.com because this one really breaks it down for you year by year. So it shows here your total deposits, your deposits on a yearly basis, and then it shows you how much interest each year that you stand to gain from your deposits. So it really breaks down for you year by year,
And at the end of it also breaks it down. Again, you can see the figures that you can gain. Your total deposit invested at $36,000. And this is how much your interest gained is, which is free money, and how much you get at the end of the period. And again, it just really shows you the power of compound interest.
Step 3, invest. Okay, so where should you actually put your money to take advantage of compound interest? The truth is, you don't need to be a stock-picking genius. You just need to be consistent and choose the right strategy that works for your lifestyle and comfort level. You have two main options. Option 1, self-managed investing. This is where you take the wheel. The easiest and most popular way to start is with something called an index fund. An index fund is a type of investment that tracks a group of companies like the FTSE 100 in the UK or the S&P 500 in the US. So instead of betting on one company, you're investing in hundreds at once. This spreads your risk and increases your chances of long-term growth. For example, the S&P 500 includes giants like Apple, Microsoft and Amazon, and the FTSE 100 includes big names like HSBC, Shell and Unilever. And the best part? These indexes have historically returned about 7 to 10% per year over the long term. You can invest in these funds using platforms like Vanguard, Fidelity, or apps like eToro. You choose how much to invest and when, and your money grows with the market over time. Option 2, let someone manage it for you. Now, if you are not into DIY investing, you can have your investments managed for you and still benefit from compound interest. Platforms like Vanguard Life Strategy or Nutmeg offer pre-built portfolios tailored to your goals and risk level. You just tell them your preferences, like whether you want growth, stability, or income, and they pick the mix of funds for you. They'll often include a balance of stocks, bonds, and global markets with exposure to things like the FTSE 100, S&P 500, and more. This hands-off approach is perfect if you're busy or just starting out. No matter which option you choose, automation is key. Set up a monthly direct debit so your investments grow without needing constant attention, because the more automatic it is, the more likely you are to stay consistent, and that's the secret to compound growth. Step 4, stay consistent. Compound interest works best when you stay consistent and patient. Let's say you invest $100 today and add $100 every single month into a fund earning 10% annually, which is close to the long-term stock market average. In 30 years, you'd have over $200,000, all from a simple habit, but if you wait 10 years to start, your final total could be cut in half or more. So the lesson here is to start as early as possible, even if it's just a little. This is not a get-rich-quick game. It's a wealth-building lifestyle. Now, this is a long-term strategy to wealth, which is great, but I believe in a hybrid wealth-building approach. Build for the future through compound interest, but also create wealth today through cash-flowing skills and varied sources of income that are aligned to your purpose. Why? Because you deserve to enjoy life now, not just later. So while you're investing in long-term assets, also work on monetizing your skills, starting a side hustle, and building income streams that give you flexibility today. The goal here is not just to retire well, but to live well now and later. So turning $100 into $100,000 is not magic. It's math, and it's available to anyone who starts early, stays consistent, and thinks long-term. Let me know any questions in the comments, and if you'd like a deeper dive video into setting up your investments. Don't forget to subscribe for weekly videos on how to grow your money and design your freedom. And hey, if you're still here at the end, you're not just watching, you're committing to change. So here's your bonus message. The dollar you invest today is the freedom you give your future self tomorrow. And your future self, they'll be so thankful that you started. See you in the next one.